Hello and welcome to another ghostly tale. This ghostly tale, I've taken the opportunity while I'm out at Lower Moseley to tell you of an interesting character who lived around Durham City and Durham County. She was born in 1832, not far from here at Lower Moseley, just around the corner down the road from where I'm at now. At the age of 8, she moved with her family to West Rainton, and then she spent many of her life years living in and around County Durham, moving to Seaham, up to West Auckland, and finally she spent her final year in prison at the jail at Durham. Who we're talking about? We're talking about Mary Ann Cotton. Yes, Mary Ann Cotton was born in a little village not 100 yards from where I'm standing now. She went on to become one of the most renowned serial killers in Britain. Although she was only convicted for one murder, it is reckoned she killed at least 21 other people. This included 3 of her husbands and 12 of her children. She was a nurse or carer, and she is said to have killed a few of her patients who she looked after. And what she used to do this was arsenic. She would go to the local store where at the time you could buy arsenic. She was saying that she was using it to kill rats, but she would mix it up, give it to her victims and kill them off. Her final victim was the only one she was convicted of. A young lad. She was looking after his mother, who had been taken ill with smallpox, and this young lad, she said, once mentioned to somebody that he was getting in the way. After mentioning this, only a few weeks later, the young lad died. Now, the person she'd mentioned this to was an upstanding character of the area, and he decided to ask the authorities to exhume the body of the young lad and do a test to see if he'd been poisoned. This was when they found out that yes, arsenic had been used to kill the lad. She was convicted in 1873 and she was hung in Durham. Now, it is said Mary Ann Cotton haunts at least 3 areas in the Durham area. One is not far from here, and it is said to be the graveyard where she is buried at West Rainton. If you go there on a night, it is said that sometimes a figure of a cowled woman is seen wandering around the graves at West Rainton. Another place Mary Ann Cotton is seen is at West Auckland. There's a seat there that people say that as they're driving past or walking past, they see a figure of a woman sitting on the seat at West Auckland. The third place her body is seen is in a pub in Durham. Now, the pub is the Dun Cow, which is opposite the jail or the prison in Durham City. The Dun Cow was the pub that when the hangman used to come, they would stay there the night before the next day, before they did executions. Also, it was a place that after the executions, the hangman would sell trinkets and memorabilia from the hangings. Notably, pieces of the rope what they used to hang their victims, and this is said to be where the saying of money for old rope comes from. Now, Mary Ann Cotton is said to haunt the Dun Cow. She is said to be seen moving about around the cellar area and one of the bar areas in the Dun Cow. She would be housed in Durham Jail, Durham Prison, a new prison which would be built just a couple of years before she was executed. And at this prison, there was a cell where the condemned people would wait for their final hours. This cell now is used as a storage room. At one time, it was used as a tuck shop or a place for them to buy bits and pieces, because many cell prisoners who spent time in that cell would start screaming and shouting and want to get out because of the horrors what they'd seen inside. So I hope you enjoyed that little tale, and when you're going around, remember, strange little places what may not catch your interest, when you look into the history, it's amazing what you might find out.